So apparently the car gets confused after certain tests. That's why it's called BMW. Okay, so now we're not going to hold to the gas or the brake pedal. We're going to tap the button twice. Okay, there we are. That's what we want to get to with the accessory mode. We have everything to max. For this is for the water pump, BMW X5 2009 3.0 gasoline non-turbo. So get your maxes up in there. Turn air conditioning off. We're going to scan through the software here. Do a scanner. We're going to make it easier. We're going to call this the scanner, and then we're going to call the ECU for the BMW. But they have another term for it, but it's just ECU, just like all the other cars. Except BMW has to have a different name because it's BMW. So we're just going to wait for this thing to wake up. Come to next. And then that's just to make you aware to turn off for 10 seconds. It's probably longer than 10 seconds because the computer is confused, the ECU. Okay. Okay, and I think, okay, so we're just going to scroll through this again because I don't exactly remember what it is to, I think we go here, and then drive, engine control, actuation test. No, this was actually a special function, I think. Let's go back. You'll figure out how to run this thing. Most of these prompts, I think, are the same for every single scanner. You just make it look difficult. Okay, so we're going to be trying to bleed the radiator fluid if you replace the radiator or like a hose or the water pump, the electric water pump. So currently, I'll show you what the temperatures are for the motor. So that's what we're currently reading. And always graph it. It makes it easier to see what's going on. So this is without the motor running. Just make sure the motor's not running when you're doing this test because that would be pointless. I suppose you could, I mean, technically you could probably drive around with it not testing it. I mean, really, with any vehicle except for BMW, you don't need to do this. It's in here. There it is. Like cooling system. There it is. Okay. Okay. Therefore, okay. 12 minutes. Make sure your charger is connected. Okay. And temperatures are set. So I have the ignition switch on, low beams. Both temperatures select to maximum. Press auto button on air conditioner. Oh, air conditioner system important. Okay, we'll just do that. And then blower output to minimum. Do not switch off completely. Maybe this only maybe, okay, fine. We'll hold the accelerator now for 10 seconds then. There it goes. Okay, we got it. So now this is like a 12-minute journey going through. So I don't know, maybe the scanner just explains to you how to run through this. So you actually don't need a scanner to do this operation. So let's go through here. This will go through what the prompts are. And this does max out at 250 RPMs. There's something with it being 6,000, but I mean, that's possible. So there's a conversion rate for that to happen. I just don't remember the conversion rate. I will see if I can find it and put it on the comments or in the description. But this thing will be popping up and down. And you should be seeing this fluid, the fluid flowing through like this. And this is for bleeding it. So after you replace again the radiator, the electric water pump, any hoses, you want to be at least negative 34 degrees in the US. And then it's a 5-year expectancy for the radiator fluid to be in the vehicle, like 120,000 miles or 5 years for this vehicle. Now, I think I saw some Asian vehicles at 10 years. So you just kind of got to look at, and I don't have a container to show. I used the Xerax fluid. It was concentrated, and so once it's concentrated, you can dilute it to 50%, and that'll be your negative 34. I think if you're at 60% radiator fluid and 40% water, then you would be at, I think, negative 70-ish degrees. So if you're in climates more north than the United States, so Canada, can run that. So just keep on watching this whole thing because this is an important procedure. I know you guys will probably watch like 30 seconds of this, but there's some that need to be guided a little bit more. So it's only been 2 minutes and 50 seconds, and it kind of just fades in and out like this. So it goes through this time. So now we're pumping up again. I wonder if I can show both. And always have your charger running connected to this because it will drain the battery. So now the B58 motors, which is like 2018-19 up to 2026, do not have the electric water pump as the main supplier for the coolant. It is just actually a mechanical one, which is belt driven. So I think maybe what happened was they can't figure out how to get both. They could not figure out how to get both electric pumps to work at the same time. Is probably my guess. It's kind of complicated with that. So. So the B58 is like the most used motor almost in the larger sector, which is like 3.0 turbo. So you'll see a lot of those motors in a lot of the different BMWs. And then they have like a 2-liter, but the 2-liter is prone to have issues with the timing chain guides is what the issue is. So just look out if you get the 2.0 with the turbo. And I know audio is pretty bad and everything, so I don't know if you can hear the electric water pump working. But you should hear that. That's what it normally should sound like. So you know for future reference. So we're about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. It does seem like it's more, the pump works more at the beginning, and then at the end it kind of just fades. It doesn't run as much at the end. So now in vehicles that do not have an electric water pump, for bleeding, the way this works is you put your radiator fluid in and then put it to the max, and then drive around for like 5-10 minutes, and then go back and then put some more fluid in to fill it up. With this, you don't have to do any driving, you just have to wait for the process to go through. So that's with the non-electric. Now with the B58 motor, I'm not too sure on that yet. We'll have to do some research on that one. So we got about a minute left here. So it's not as functional. So it doesn't run at your 250 all the time. It goes up and down. And if you want to make sure that this is working correctly, you could do this twice. It's not going to harm anything for that. So, but these water pumps, they run, you know, they say about 60,000 miles to about 100,000. But the car, essentially the ECU on the car will not tell you that it's bad. What'll happen is it'll pop up on the screen saying motor is like overheating, caution, pull over, and then go from there. And then also the fan, which I've already done a video on, the cooling fan for the radiator will turn on super high as well. And you've already heard that on the last video. So we'll go from there. Okay, we have been completed. So we're just gonna go to continue, and then we are done. And then make sure you got your power connected, because you don't want a low battery with this. It won't work. Have a good day.